Good evening, folks. This is Deb. And these are just ruminations on day 16 in Donald Trump's fascist hellhole. So let's talk. Because the other night I made a video for TikTok, and the folks who follow me on YouTube and not on TikTok won't have seen it. And you don't have to see it, okay? It was one of those cases of where I went off on a bit of a rant. And a couple of people, actually not a couple of people, one person took objection to me being angry. Okay, well, look, I have some really bad news for everybody. Everybody out there who follows us, who watches my videos, it's going to be a long 4 years. Okay, I'm going to be angry an awfully lot of the time that we have together here while Donald Trump is in office. And make no bones about this. Okay, make absolutely no bones about this. We brought this on, the American people, okay? Barring some kind of amazing evidence that would stand up in court that Starlink and Elon Musk flipped votes and gave the election to Trump, we brought this on. Our poor decisions brought this on, okay? This was another thing that the person who got mad at me was angry about, my claim that 90 million people didn't vote. Well, it's an actual fact. 90 million people didn't vote. They keep tabulations on this. It appeared in The Guardian. It appeared in U.S. News and World Report and several other publications. 90 million voter eligible people chose not to participate in the democratic process. Okay. That is slightly down from 2016 when over 100 million people didn't bother to vote. Okay. That's a bad decision, a very bad decision, because if the other 90 million people had come out, this could have been a very different landscape. Okay. Our choices have given us Donald Trump. He told us every step of the way what he was going to do. Whether people who voted for him chose to believe it or not, he is now doing all of the things he said he would do. He's now in the process of dismantling public education. He let go a bunch of people. This is the beginning of it, okay? And his idea is to send it back to the states. So, and that's a disaster for education in America, by the way, okay? What did he do today? Well, he's decided he's going to attend the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So today the NFL decided to take the end racism out of the end zone to make sure that the orange blob is happy, okay? This is capitulation in the highest order, all right? It's amazing to me. But it is what it is. And we are here because of our decisions. Okay, some people made very bad decisions. The people who voted for AOC and then also chose to vote for Donald Trump because they were upset with Joe Biden over Gaza. Okay, now what are we looking at in Gaza? We're looking at Donald Trump saying that the people in Gaza should just clear out. We should throw them out in the desert so we can clean it up there and make it a resort. I'm not lying here, okay? This is all verifiable information. And probably in my mind, the most egregious is Scott Bessent, as head of the Treasury, has given Elon Musk access to all of our information, our medical information, our Social Security information, gave him access to all of that, along with his counterparts in Doge, okay? A totally scam operation. That is a huge data breach, a huge data breach. It is an invasion of privacy. And in fact, there is now a lawsuit that I want to talk to you about. And I am going to put, for those of you who follow me on YouTube, there will be information about this lawsuit in there from both the Midas Touch and from Lawrence O'Donnell. But let me give you a quick rundown. It is being brought by the AFL-CIO, the Alliance for Retired Employees, and the SEIU. Okay, it is a lawsuit against Scott Bessent, the Department of the Treasury, and Elon Musk and Doge. Okay, it calls for an injunction into all of this. It is calling for an immediate stop to Elon Musk having any of this information And it's calling for creation of a mechanism to keep him out and to keep him from trying this again. It is being filed under the Privacy Act of 1974. Okay? This is literally the biggest breach in the history of the United States. And it is totally unacceptable that a man who operates outside of our government, okay, is not been empowered by the people or by the Congress or by the Senate, but only empowered by Donald Trump, should have access to our private files. There is no good reason for him to look at any of this. As I have said before, Doge is a scam operation to screw over the American people. It is not here so that we can look at the defense budget and see where we can cut from that, because we know that Elon Musk, as an oligarch and a billionaire, has taken $20 million from the United States in government contracts for the defense, from the Defense Department. So this is bullshit, all of it. Now, here's what I'm telling you. Our bad decisions put us right here in this mess that we are in. And for people to start bitching and moaning about, oh, the Democrats aren't doing this, and the Democrats aren't doing that, and the Democrats aren't doing this, and the Democrats aren't doing that, over and over and over again, you know what? There is little that they can do, technically, because they are not in the majority. That's another bad decision, okay? But they are actually out there, okay? They are actually out there. They're out there in front of, USAID today, with the people protesting, okay? They are. And now they are going to, the Democratic senators are going to block, confirmation of people into the State Department, the Tulsi Gabbards, for example. And I believe the dog killer, Kristi Noem. They're going to try to block those until they stop what they're doing, okay? So where do the American people come in all this? We are the drivers of this bus, folks. There are 344 million of us. Okay, some of us are babies and we can't talk, but there are plenty of adults here, and we still outnumber them. We need to be on the phone with our representatives, and I do not care if your representative is a Republican, right? You're leaving messages for them anyway. They need to hear from you, okay? There are plenty of Republicans who won in Democratic states by tiny margins, and they are subject, and they are victims. They can be victims of voter wrath, folks, okay? Some of these Republicans who won by very small margins. And in fact, in both the Senate and the House, the Republican majorities are slim. And we have the midterms coming up. You are to be on the phone and on your email dogging the Democrats to be the obstructionist party. That's what we need to do. We need them to be a full-on opposition party. They will need pushing to do that. They need encouragement to do that. And we have to do our part, okay? So please, folks, listen to what I'm saying. We drive the bus. Tomorrow, they're calling for protests at state houses across the United States. If you can get there, okay? Today, they were, after a call from Indivisible and Move On, and a couple of other organizations, they were out there in front of USAID, okay? We need to drive this bus, because if we challenge Donald Trump and the fascists, we can get them to back down. I will talk to you all later.